This is the audio description version of my video about virtual behavior consultations. The majority of the video is me, Joey, a white male wearing a black striped sweatshirt, sitting in front of a microphone at a desk talking.
When you hear this voice, it is describing something that is on screen.
The rest of the time it is me narrating. When you hear this sound, it means that the video is paused in order to describe what is on screen. When you hear the sound again, it means that the video is continuing forward. There are also captions at the bottom of the screen, but they are matched to the words that are being spoken.
I want to bust a few myths about virtual cat behavior consultations because people often have concerns about them
A green box that says virtual cat behavior consultations is in the corner.
and think that they're inferior to in-home sessions, or that I'm going to miss something, or that they're not going to get as good of an evaluation as they would in person. Let's start with the most basic concern and the thing I hear the most. People get worried that they're going to miss out on some part of the consultation, or that I'm going to do something with their cat when I come to their home that is going to solve the issue. I'm here to tell you that behavior consultations involve you.
Joey's pointing slightly off screen and then points at the camera once he realizes that he isn't pointing directly at the screen. A text box appears in the upper left corner saying, "Oops, not actually pointing at you."
You are the one that is going to be doing the work with your cat. I'm going to help you come up with a plan, and I'm going to figure out what's going on. I'm going to give you instructions on how to do it, but you are the one who's ultimately going to need to do the work. I don't have anything I'm going to do in that moment that is going to solve the entire problem. If that's your expectation,
A text box appears that says, "In-home or virtually."
you're going to be disappointed whether or not you work with me or somebody else. I also don't get anything extra when I'm doing an evaluation. Actually, I sometimes find that the evaluations I do in-home are worse than the ones I do virtually because I don't get to see your cat acting naturally. Me showing up is going to involve your cat behaving differently than they would with you. Whereas if you get a video of their behavior for me, I find that more helpful because I can see your cat act as they do without any outside influences there. That said, you do want to be careful because for certain behaviors, such as fighting cats or aggression towards humans, it's actually dangerous to get video if you try and induce that situation. So that's something that I prefer people wait to send me any sort of video until we actually meet. And then we talk about what's helpful and if it's safe, or if I can figure out another way to get the information I need. Let's talk about litter box situations as another example, because I see a lot of litter box issues that I help people with. First of all, the first thing you should do for litter box issues is take your cat to the vet who can do a medical exam, which is crucial for those issues. Afterwards, I'm happy to help. However, I'm not usually doing anything directly with your cat other than maybe petting them, which is delightful for me, and it doesn't really help you. I have to charge you more basically to come and pet your cat, and that's assuming your cat doesn't hide the entire time. Usually, if you can get a video of your home and you can take pictures of your litter boxes, that's all I need to see to be able to help. If there's something else that I need, I'll let you know. And I do this so much that there are ways that I can get the information I need without physically being there.
A text box appears that reads, "What in-home sessions are actually like," with the word "actually" in all capital letters.
I'm going to sit on your couch, I'm going to pet your cat, and you're not going to get any extra value. You're also going to pay me a lot more for it because it takes a lot of extra time. Oh, and your cat is going to be more stressed, plus you're going to be more stressed. It's much better to do a virtual consultation than it is to do an in-home consultation. You're not missing out on anything doing it virtually, and again, I actually get to see your cat behave normally. Most of what we're doing is talking. I'm asking you about when did the behavior start? What happens before the behavior happens? Is there anything that makes it worse or better? I'm getting a lot of information, and if you can describe that to me, I can still help you. I don't physically need to be there. Plus, another bonus is that I have a lot of cat stuff, so if I need to show you how to do something with a particular toy or piece of equipment or something else, I know that I have the tools here. I can demonstrate it live while we're on the call, as opposed to me having to be like, well, you kind of do it like this.
Joey moved his hands back and forth.
And you may not have the equipment that you need. I can sometimes have you demonstrate something live, although I do prefer to get video afterwards so we can focus on making sure that you're understanding the process. Depending on the situation, I might also demonstrate with one of my cats.
A photo of Joey's two cats with his cat Poutine, a lynx point Siamese cat sitting on a sunflower cat perch, is in the upper left corner, and his cat Prozac, a flame point Siamese cat, is sitting nearby. During the next few moments, when Joey says the word 1, he gestures with one finger. And when he says the word 2, he gestures with 2 fingers.
They're 1, adorable, and 2, predictable to me because I know how they're going to behave. I know what my cats do in certain situations. I get to show you a successful outcome, so then you know what you're shooting for. I switched from offering both in-home sessions and virtual sessions to mostly virtual sessions, and I noticed a huge improvement in the outcomes for my clients as soon as I did that. It's less stressful on you, it's less stressful on me, and it's less stressful on your cats. Oh, speaking of stress on your cats, sometimes when I've shown up before, their cats have been so stressed out that it actually worsened the problem that I was there to help with. You don't have to worry about that virtually. I get to help you figure out a plan for what to do to solve the cat behavior problem you're running into without risking your cat peeing on your floor because a stranger showed up.
Joey gives a cheeky look to the camera.
My goal is to help your cats not pee on your floor or not aggress towards you, not make that behavior worse. Another advantage of virtual behavior consultations is that it's not weather dependent. I've had to cancel sessions before because of snow or storms or it just being too cold. I am from Minnesota. However, virtual sessions, we can do it even if it's negative 1,000 out. Actually, if it's negative 1,000 out, the power lines have probably frozen and we can't meet. But then we have bigger issues too. If you're outside of Minnesota, doing a virtual behavior consultation allows you access to an expert who may not live near you. That gives you a chance to meet with someone who can help you and your cats, but you don't have to worry about paying for a plane ticket and hotel and room service. I definitely would need room service. I like snacks. Hopefully by now you are on team virtual.
Joey gives a quick fist pump in the air.
Because virtual is the better way to go. Virtual behavior consultations are less stress for your cats. They cost you less while giving you better results. Why would you pay more for something inferior? You're not going to get an advantage in the extreme majority of cases by having someone come out for an in-home session. That said, there are a few situations where they do make sense. They are follow-up sessions.
A text box reads, and even then, only in some of these situations.
Are for human-directed aggression. Those are the only situations where I have found that an in-home session sometimes is helpful. The rest of the time, you should do a virtual session. If you have any questions about virtual cat behavior consultations, I am happy to answer them.
Text appears saying link in description with a red arrow pointing downward.
Otherwise, check out my website if you're interested in getting started.